Hello YouTube, welcome to the week 1 roundup of the PWF. Last night we had our debut show over at twitch.tv/Dalek_Khan84, link in the description. The very first night of the PWF I was joined by my co-host Automated Luxury for the commentary, and things got brutal very quickly over there at the House of Commons arena. The first match of the night was Sir Keir Starmer of the Labour Party against Brexiteer Jacob Rees-Mogg. Have a look at how things went down. Here we are then in the House of Commons arena. It's the debut show for the PWF. Sold out crowd tonight.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing the Red Army. From England, weighing in at 219 pounds, Big Ham.
Big Ham there, with his big ham-like face. A bigger man than you might think, Keir Starmer. Leaning more towards the heavyweight. Threatening the crowd as he walks on by. Possibly not the best strategy for a man hoping to win election.
I mean, this is it, isn't it? Every vote counts, and same old Labour, same old danger. This is what they're like.
An energetic entrance to the ring. He looks determined to win this one.
I mean, the man, he does show a lot of flair. He does show a lot of promise. But I think tonight, he's going to be looking at a very tough match.
Could well be. Jacob Rees-Mogg making his way to the ring there.
Nasty Boys from Chelsea, England, weighing in at 228 pounds, Mr. Jacob Rees.
As theatrical as ever. All done up like a city gent, or perhaps a fox hunter. Top hat. The haunted Victorian pencil, as his school friends called him. Swaggering his way down to the ring, arrogant as you like.
I wouldn't call it arrogance, I'd say. I think look at the dedication of the man who's come straight from murdering foxes with his bare hands to wrestle here tonight against the very talented leader of the opposition.
That's made his name, of course, on the weasel fighting circuit growing up, all the way here to top level pro wrestling. But there is a size differential between himself and Keir Starmer, and Keir Starmer should probably have a bit of a weight advantage in this one. So Jacob Rees-Mogg's going to have to use all of his cunning, if he can manage it, to take down Starmer and get a win today.
I mean, I think a man who can do 37 weasels with his bare hands can manage, a little Labour lefty like that.
Bathed in fox blood from a young age, Mr. Mogg.
This is a man who knows violence. He's born bred into violence. Violence is his middle name. He might look like,
What is Latin for violence? I'm
Billy.
sure that's how I'd prefer it.
Billy. It's got to be Billy, hasn't it? Oh.
Jacob Billy Rees-Mogg. Yes. And we're off. Jacob Rees-Mogg taking it right to Keir Starmer. And would you believe that he's managed to pick the man up and throw him over there? You would not think it possible for a man as slight as Rees-Mogg, but he is taking the fight straight to Starmer.
It's just the kind of high-impact strategy that Rees-Mogg's known for. And it's just like when he sees an economy. He just goes in, he wants to pummel it, push it down, get straight in there. I expect to see him do a lot of damage earlier on.
And he's certainly managing to do that. Good evening, Bumblewings. You are watching the Parliamentary Wrestling Federation. This is the first match of the night. Keir Starmer of the Labour Party takes on the Conservatives' Jacob Rees-Mogg. And Keir Starmer managing to launch a bit of a comeback here. Big throw. Picked up Jacob Rees-Mogg by his head and launched him across the ring. This is that kind of advantage we're expecting. Big elbow to the face there. Keir Starmer not taking any abuse lying down, but it's a quick counter from Rees-Mogg. High flying antics from the Tory boy. And an early pin. Kick after one. It's going to take more than that to put down a big lad. Like Sir Keith.
These are exactly the kind of high flying antics I expected from Rees-Mogg earlier on. Don't forget he's a dirty fighter as well.
The kind of high risk, high reward that they learned gambling the financial markets applied here in the wrestling ring. Oh, but he's straight over the top and out to the outside by Keir Starmer. Does he launch an offensive or does he take this one for a breather? It looks like he's following him to the outside. Starmer managing to avoid Rees-Mogg's attack, and it's a German suplex over into the ring announcement table. Watch yourself there, Automated.
I can see the red anger in his eyes as he comes towards us.
These two fighters want to make sure they don't get themselves counted out. Disqualifications could still occur in this match. Starmer thrown into the side ring there, into the steel stairs.
Very, very sensible from Jacob getting back into the ring there.
A little bit of showboating from the Tory, feeling very pleased with himself right about now. Taunts Starmer from the top. Does Starmer know what's coming his way? Oh, Rees-Mogg from the top turnbuckle. Pummeling Starmer on the floor. Could it all be over for Labour's bright new hope? Reversal from Starmer. Straight back on the offensive. The count out still possible. Mogg into the announcer's table. Starmer working that crowd. The first time we've seen any kind of crowd engagement apart from threats earlier on.
Very, very much his modus operandi.
Yes, yeah, but just noticed Bumblewing's moment to mention our sponsors, Rwanda. Fly to Rwanda with Rwanda.
It's an awful lot of windows though on the plane on that advert. It doesn't look like the ones that I've seen.
Oh, submission hold in place. Starmer opts to kick Mogg's face into the floor, but that was an ugly looking move. A 2 count for Starmer. The sharpshooter in place, I believe. Harking back to the old days of Bret the Hitman Hart.
This is going to be very, very difficult for Mogg to counter.
Mogg manages it though. Quick volley of blows. With suplex. And he goes in for the pin. 1, 2. It's a kick out at 2. Jacob Rees-Mogg can't believe it. The more petulant side of the man starting to come out now. He's going to have to work a little bit harder than that. And it's a comeback. Keir Starmer. Sir Keith. The backbreaker. Whatever that was.
Almost unfair to use Jacob Rees-Mogg's pencil-like physique against him in that kind of mauling to put him over your knee like that.
Keir Starmer showing a dirtier side than expected tonight, but that was a big knee to the face from Jacob Rees-Mogg. Blood has been drawn from Keir Starmer.
Oh, he's out.
He is out. He is out cold. Bleeding and out cold. Rees-Mogg, savagery from the Conservatives, and yet more showboating.
There he goes.
He's going. That killer instinct. Goodness me. More high flying. Will it pay off? You better believe it.
Oh, wow. Wow, he's landed it. So to Jacob Rees-Mogg right now, Keir Starmer is a mink. Tiny little creature that you can just kill in a little bag.
Reared on blood sports. Jacob Rees-Mogg with a stun. Keir Starmer. He kicks out. Would you believe it? I thought that was the 3 count for sure.
This must be that fabled stamina they've been talking about. The man looks defeated.
That must be the finisher. Surely Keir Starmer has gone down. Your winner tonight, Jacob Rees-Mogg. You called that one correctly, Automated.
Well, you know, Keith did surprise me with some of his
Mr.
tenacity there.
Jacob Rees.
He's left everything on the mat. Blood, literally, sweat and now tears. Jacob Rees-Mogg, your victor. And he looks like he meant it too.
I don't think you can expect an experienced parliamentarian like Rees-Mogg to be defeated by a tiny little leader of the opposition like that. But
so things not going according to plan for Sir Keith there. Not the outcome that he would have wanted if he's going to be continuing to challenge Rishi Sunak for that men's title. He's going to need to do a little bit better than that. We went straight into a mixed gender tag match for the second matchup of the night. It was Jeremy Corbyn and Diane Abbot versus their old rivals Liz Truss and Boris Johnson. Have a look how this one went down.
it's true. I do expect Jeremy to fight dirty today.
How much of the weight do we expect Diane Abbott there to carry for Corbyn today?
I mean, when Corbyn's in the ring on his own with Boris, I think Diane needs to be looking to get him out pretty quickly. It's a force that's not meetable by his thin socialist body.
This is true. He'll need to be using speed, but given that he is a 75-year-old man, speed might not come all that naturally to him. Let's see what he can come up with tonight. A little bit of showboating from the old socialist there. His famous cap, never leaving his head. Abbott looking very pleased to be here. Oh, and here come the Conservatives.
And their opponents, the Nasty Boys.
Liz Truss, fresh back from China, opening up new pork markets, I'm sure. We never did hear anything more about those pork markets, did we?
I mean, you say that, but you'd be surprised how much pork markets the Tories are involved in. All I'm saying, there are a lot of pigs in a lot of countries that are dying in a lot of unusual ways, and it's not a coincidence.
We don't know that it wasn't Liz Truss. Some would say, Truss went to see the Queen. The Queen died only a few days later. What did she say? What did she do? Were there any gifts exchanged? Who knows?
All I'm going to say is you can still get a ham sandwich in Tesco, meal deal, £3.80. Who says there's inflation, eh?
And we're off. It's Big Bojo manhandling Jeremy Corbyn, but Jeremy Corbyn strikes back with a flying punch. Begins to work the arm of Boris Johnson. Perhaps he's looking for weak points to exploit.
Boris Johnson, famously weak hands, so I can understand why Corbyn will be going for this. As I said, he'll be a dirty fighter today.
As is typical of the English upper class. This is true. They do say weak hands.
Yeah, I mean, the truth of it is they're not doing any work with them, but, they've got better things to do.
Currently, that would be getting thrown to the outside of the ring. Corbyn following up with several punches to the gut and a big slam to the floor. You would not believe that a man of Corbyn's stature would be able to lift someone like Boris Johnson in that manner, but he's just done it. Corbyn taking significantly more of the fight to Johnson than we would have expected early on, working that wrist once again. Knees to the kidneys.
Certainly living up to the momentum name at the minute.
He has got that momentum going. Big clothesline. But he needs to be careful not to be timed out. He makes his way back into the ring. Johnson still out for the count. And Corbyn makes the tag. Diane Abbot is in, and that brings in Liz Truss as well. Abbot humiliating Truss there.
Johnson counted himself lucky really at the end of that Corbyn was so close to timeout.
Possibly not the soundest strategy from Corbyn to tag in his partner while he had clear advantage. And Liz Truss now goes for an early pin on Abbott. What was Corbyn thinking? Reversal from Diane Abbott there, powering her way out of Liz Truss's hold. There's that strength advantage. And clothesline from Abbott. Making short work of Liz Truss here. Throwing her from one end of the ring to the other. Diane Abbott really having a good time with this one so far.
I mean, surely she couldn't spend less time in this ring than she was Prime Minister.
Liz Truss? We'll see, we'll see. The clock's ticking. Will she manage to last longer than 2 weeks in the PWF? Johnson with a big rugby tackle. He probably picked that one up during his public school days.
And, you know, this is where we're really going to see why they call him Big Dog. At the end of the day, he's a survivor.
He is certainly tenacious, always known for clinging on in the face of adversity, that's for sure. But Jeremy Corbyn,
with a huge kick to the balls of Johnson there.
Dirtier played than we've come to know. But as I said before, that's the danger of him nowadays. Nothing left to lose. Who knows what he might come out with.
Been all sorts of crazy rumours flying around in the wrestling paddock over the last week about Corbyn, things about poison jam.
Poison jam
in the catering. Yeah.
Well, no one had suspected, that's the thing. He's drawn blood from Johnson. Liz Truss coming in to save her teammate there because it was nearly all over for the Conservatives. Hurricane Rana from Jeremy Corbyn. Pulling out the signature moves. Some say he'd learned that one on his travels down in South America, visiting Cuba. That one too. Once again, tagging in Abbott while he's on the clear offensive and advantage. Johnson was stunned. And Corbyn decides to make the tag. Not a smart move. He could have had the win there.
And they've tagged again.
Abbott a little bit more sensible, tagging in Corbyn while the advantage is still there. But can Corbyn do anything with it now?
I mean, I've got to say I'm confused about the man's strategy at this point, and this is why they say really that Corbyn can't win elections. Indecisive.
He's shown a lot of heart today, but he hasn't shown a lot of good decision making. I think that's probably fair to say. But he's determined to take as much out of Johnson today as he can. This one starting to look more personal than professional at this point. Might feel that the chance to win the match is gone, but what's this? Good God! Jeremy, you will break your arms. He has just powerbombed the Boris Johnson.
Abbott Truss was there with the flying out double elbows,
saving her partner, but Abbott was nearly there to cancel her out. She wasn't quite fast enough that time. And Johnson is back on his feet, blood in his eyes, but he's standing. Well, he was. Jeremy Corbyn been watching the old Jackie Chan move. Is there once again he tags in his partner while on the clear advantage. What is this man playing at?
I'm certainly having a look at the stronger of the women for most of this matchup, but Truss, well, she can move in and out of the ring very quickly, is all I'm going to say.
She has been the difference maker when Corbyn has nearly taken the win on a couple of occasions now. But Diane Abbott has been having her fun, and that's a big move from her. Liz Truss stunned. She goes in for the pin. Does Johnson have the time to get in? It's a 3 count. Diane Abbott takes it for the Labour Party.
Well, I must say that's a big upset tonight.
You might well have thought that it was going to go the other way, but Jeremy Corbyn certainly did his part in that victory. But I have to say, were it not for Diane Abbott's superior strategy, they may not have made it through to that victory there. Following on from that, newcomer Jess Phillips had a baptism of fire in a steel cage match with the former Conservative Prime Minister Theresa May. It didn't go quite as you might expect, though. A surprise result in this one, perhaps. Don't forget our sponsors, Rwanda there.
Is a steel cage match. Making her way to the ring from Birmingham, England, Jess Phillips.
A positive response from the crowd as Jess Phillips makes her way to the ring, limbering up, looking full of energy and ready to take this on. But who knows if she can ever really be prepared for the horrors of a steel cage match against the more experienced Theresa May.
And you know, I think she's a strong up and coming contender. Is young Jess there? But Theresa May's been in a lot of these steel cages in the past. This is a brutal experience for anybody coming into this sport, and you know, to go up against one of the best.
And she's about to now.
I'm worried. I am worried for Jess tonight. I don't want to see a young person, a young MP,
from England, Theresa May.
There she is, former Prime Minister Theresa May breaking out her famous dance moves as she comes out to face the crowd tonight. She's looking confident.
And this is exactly what we would expect to see from the former Prime Minister. May I say the Prime Minister of the toughest Parliament in all of history, I should think, the hung, divided Brexit Parliament.
Right, and she certainly managed to hang on for much longer than Liz Truss, so this could be tougher for the Reds. Plus that steel cage environment, as we've said, you know, that can psychologically scar a person. Jess Phillips' lack of experience might come to bite her here, but let's not count her out just yet. After what we've seen from Corbyn and Abbott earlier on, who knows? We've already had one upset, maybe we'll get another. Theresa May points to the heavens. Limbering up there. Memories of fields of wheat. The cage is down, and Jess Phillips takes it straight to Theresa May. All the energy and confidence of the beginner, the moonsault.
Well, if Jess wants to do anything tonight, she's going to have to take it to Theresa quickly.
She is doing just that so far. Flips over May, but she misses. There's that greater experience of May kicking in with the counter and then the reversal. And she's going straight for the leg hold onto Jess Phillips. But the reversal, would you imagine that? The strength of Jess Phillips there. There's that old Birmingham instinct kicking in.
You watch that right leg, man. You watch Theresa just home in and work that right leg over and over again. She can spot a weakness from a mile away.
She certainly seems to think she's done it. The suplex there from Theresa May. Let's see where she goes in now. She's going up to the top turnbuckle and flying, driving the knee into the face of Jess Phillips. She goes for the pin. But it's only a 1 count. Probably not expecting too much there, just testing the waters. This could get ugly.
Now watch for Theresa to try and take this to the outside fairly soon. What Jess has got is a lot of speed. Now she can run rings round her in here, tire her out, but I think once Theresa gets her up into the top of that cage, you're going to really see, the cracks start to show with Phillips.
So Phillips attempts to make her escape from the cage early on, but Theresa May is having absolutely none of that. Pulls Phillips back down into the ring and starts to work that crowd back on the leg, as you said there. Strategy from Theresa May appears to be work on that particular leg and wear Phillips down. Already see the limp start to come into Jess Phillips' stride. So May's strategy appears to be working, but that is a big savage move from the newcomer. Dropping her onto her throat on the top rope there. That's got to hurt.
Powerful comeback now from Phillips. And this is where Theresa's really got to be careful.
Well, she does have that greater experience. She does also have the greater age, so she may be feeling the impact of those hits more than we realise. A long time since she was skipping through those fields of wheat now. Jess Phillips is making her escape. Trying to find a foothold. Can she do it in time? Theresa May is already up. And Phillips takes a hit to the kidneys and the legs being pulled. She's clinging on though. Can she hold on? She can't. And now Theresa May sees her opportunity. She's straight up onto the top of the ring. Jess Phillips is temporarily out cold. Will she be able to get up in time? May's up to the next level. Phillips joins her. Can she make it up? She's managed to at least get a hit in on May. Can she cause her to fall? Oh, it's not looking good for May right now. That is a dangerous position to find yourself in. Well, all very polite and genteel. Maybe that will go against you, Phillips. We'll wait and see. Oh, May down to the floor.
And I thought May was over there then. I mean, she leapt up there like a woman 30 years younger. It was just at that last moment Phillips got that ankle grabbing.
Can Phillips make it out? May manages to get in the hit. I don't think Phillips is going to escape quite so easily, and she does need to be careful right now.
Are we now going to see a race between the two wrestlers?
Theresa May is already taking quite the lead in that race. Phillips now, both fighters on top of the cage.
Surely we won't see a fight up here. Both fighters putting their lives on the line at this point for our wrestling entertainment.
Phillips has been thrown from the top of the cage by Theresa May. There's that typical cold-blooded Tory approach.
God.
She's not let it hold her back any. Can she stop Theresa May from making her escape? Now she needed to be faster than that. But no stranger to a cage match. May will be happy to continue that little bit longer, I would think.
Incredible fortitude from Phillips there to come back from that round.
Does she know just how much it's going to take? Back and forth now. A savage volley of kicks ending in the big drop kick from Theresa May, and she's very pleased with herself after that combo. But Phillips will not stay down for anyone right now.
I don't think any of us were expecting such an exciting matchup from this.
Oh, the face of Theresa May meets the mat, and not for the first time tonight. Jess Phillips will be growing in confidence the more of those moves she manages to pull off. Oh, the low blow! Stunned Theresa May. Winner by pinfall, Jess Phillips, after the low blow. What will the referees have to say about that? Because they appear to be nowhere to be seen. No one calling out that low blow.
This was right against the storyline. I have no idea what we've just seen.
Now, were you to see something like that in the men's competition, I think there'd be uproar, but for some reason Phillips has managed to get away with that here. And after that, we had a surprise visit from the United States of America as the President himself, Joe Biden, paid a visit to our own King Charles III to finally decide who's better out of presidents and kings. And of course, there's only one way to solve a dispute like that, and that's in the wrestling ring. Let's take a look.
USA versus UK, and let's be honest here. USA, they think they're a real country. They act and pretend, like they're civilized human beings. But we all know, really, that there wouldn't be anything if it wasn't for royal family and the English.
Oh, come on now. Joe Biden's surely going to bring a little bit of class to this. Hopefully he's going to try to improve the reputation of his country folk. I'm sure that King Charles is feeling confident here on home soil. There he is. Military regalia. Ignore the bit where it says US. You didn't see that.
King Charles.
Wearing his crown all the way down to the ring. Heavy is the crown, but King Charles feeling confident as he struts his way down to the ring, full of himself in a way that only the entitlement of a privileged birth can really give you. Some may say that he's never really lived in the real world, but maybe that can only help him tonight as he hopes to take victory for the monarchy over the Republic.
And this is a man who's experienced power his entire life. No matter how many people might say he's up to Mama's shadow, compared to Biden, the man's what, 89, 94 years old, and he's only literally just become president.
Well, here comes Biden. He appears to be carrying a large bone with him down to the ring. Not sure if that's really the image that we were hoping for earlier on. Joe Biden has been known to get slightly confused lately with... Does he know where he is? He seemed to be startled by loud noises. Hopefully he's going to be okay. These are, of course, two elderly gentlemen. King Charles, the younger of the two, but perhaps it's really splitting hairs by the time we get to the pensioner age bracket.
And I feel like that's the first time I've ever seen a wrestler have a stroke before he's actually got into the ring.
Hopefully he's going to be okay to continue this. After all, an Extreme Rules match. Anything goes here. Weapons are allowed. Pinfalls count anywhere. Any hold is acceptable. These two men are going to have to really test their limits to be able to come away with a victory here. for their countries, of course. King Charles opting to keep the crown on during the match. In Extreme Rules match, of course, he is allowed to do so, but you might think that that'd be a little bit of a disadvantage for him. I hear that the thing is quite heavy.
I think what you have to remember as well with King Charles is some of the loot that he gets bestowed on him at the coronation. I mean, this is stuff that's 85, 90 HP, you know. His stats are off the chart. He's had literally every fancy diamond, every fancy piece of gold passed to him. I mean, look at the man's abilities here. Look at him. It's like pure voodoo.
Confident at the moment, taking his knee directly to the face of Biden, who takes himself to the outside, hoping to catch his breath. But King Charles following up with several punches to the face. An arm lock and Biden managing to counter. And it's a big German suplex from the American president to old King Charlie III. King Charles follows up in kind. Much has been said recently about King Charles's mainly egg-based diet. How do you feel that would help a man in preparing for a match like this?
You would go into any match, wouldn't you, feeling as comfortably solid as a man can, and what could make you feel more solid than a belly full of eggs?
All boiled, I hear. Many boiled eggs consumed by the king throughout the day, as is, of course, traditional.
I have heard also a rumour that he'd been in an experimental egg enema therapy alongside the oral eggs, and also that he was taking very, very minute amounts of egg inside a much larger egg.
That's certainly some experimental egg diet treatment that King Charles is going through there. I wonder if he's hoping to develop any new techniques that the rest of the PWF might be able to pick up on. Of course, part of the team, the family, and we'll be seeing his father and brother in action later tonight. Perhaps all is not well within the family unit, but King Charles is certainly looking well, despite what some might say is an ill-advised egg-based diet. We don't know.
And I tell you what, you know, that egg-based diet, whether it's working or not, they're certainly talking about it in the locker room.
That's certainly got people talking about him, that's for sure, and he loves nothing more than to be talked about, because some might say that he's been struggling for relevance in recent years.
I think he's just coming into his stride. We're about to see, you know, not Prince Charles anymore. He's been Prince Charles all of his life. It's been a big shadow to live up to, but I think we're really going to see what he's made of now.
Oh, Biden's showing a little bit of quick thinking there, and managing to launch a little bit of a comeback. Biden, of course, wanting to show that democracy is better than ruled by divine right. Does Charles believe he rules by divine right? That's certainly the official line, isn't it?
I mean, the man certainly does rule by divine right. I don't know if you saw
Charlie with the win.
And there we go. Unbelievable turnaround.
What's this? Biden seems to extend a showing of respect. And King Charles slaps away the hand of friendship and sends Joe Biden packing. This is an extremely controversial move from the King of England. Who knows what this will do for international relations?
Well, I mean, so much for the special relationship there.
Really, really shocking scenes from King Charles. No grace in his victory whatsoever. Some might say that one could come back to bite him in coming. And then things got spooky in a way you wouldn't believe, as we had a visit from beyond the grave from the undead prince himself, Prince Philip, returning from the afterlife to visit his son, Prince Andrew, to teach him a lesson in public relations. Take a look at this one.
Certainly very controversial that the dead Prince Philip has returned to wrestling. I don't think, though, that anybody should see this as a real surprise who really knew the man. He was certainly one to show up at unexpected times and, with undoubted tenacity. I think it's not so much that he's been upset by the revelations about his son. I think it's more that the revelations about his son were a lot tamer than expected. And, he's just not really living up to his name.
Something has certainly motivated him to return to the land of the living, and the controversy around Prince Andrew is as good an explanation as any. Here he is in the ring then, Mrs. Windsor's baby boy, Elizabeth's favourite, we were always told. We can only know if that was still the case. Some say, well, what's this now? Darkness falls over the arena, we feel chills. Ladies and gentlemen,
from the other side of darkness, weighing in at 154 pounds, Prince Philip the Undead.
Prince Philip the Undead making an entrance with a kind of pomp and circumstance that's known for the royal family.
They would expect nothing less from the man at this stage. This is a man who's served his country for nigh on 900 years. Direct descendant from King Ramesses III. A bit of trivia there for you.
Recently been in touch with him, but back with us now to take on Prince Andrew, perhaps to teach him a lesson, a thing or two about public relations. He's certainly dressed for the occasion. He'll probably change into something more comfortable for the match itself, but what an entrance from the Zombie Prince.
Looking incredibly agile for a man who's been dead for 3 years now.
And there is the briefcase containing at least £50 of Pizza Express vouchers. So a lot at stake tonight for the two. I know Prince Andrew will be very keen to get his hands on those.
And I'm sure people at home will be thinking, why would multi-billionaires come back from the dead for the sake of £50 worth of Pizza Express vouchers? But the very rich, famously very frugal.
This is true. They are known for their stinginess. If they can get away with not paying, they most certainly will. And of course, it's very personal, this one, for Prince Philip. Prince Andrew wasting no time in getting the ladders from the outside of the ring, and I think he's going to assume that Prince Andrew is Prince Philip all but spent. But does he see what's happening outside the ring right now? He thinks he's got it all. But Prince Philip is up the top of the ladder, and Prince Andrew isn't going to get away with his Pizza Express vouchers that easily. A big fall. Is it going to be as easy as that? Is it a shock victory early doors for the Undead Prince? Oh my God. I thought it was all going to be over there for Prince Philip, but he managed to get away with that one relatively safely. And Andrew attempts to beat his own father with the steel chair. But Philip blocks. Andrew attempts to steal the win once again. But Philip is going to keep on bringing that naughty Prince Andrew back.
For a man whose bones are made of dust, the agility on display here is quite incredible.
Well, he's powered by means from beyond this earthly realm now, so we can really never know what to expect from him, given his recent return to life.
This is true, and you have to wonder as well, Liz from Beyond the Grave, is she any part of this? And is she giving extra supernatural powers? Obviously, in the earthly life, Elizabeth was several levels of Masonic above him. So
Oh! Philip seems to have managed to get Prince Philip back to deny Prince Andrew any more Pizza Express vouchers. Frankly, he knows what happened last time.
Prince Philip, the Undead.
Further controversy averted by the Undead Prince Philip. He'll be very pleased with himself for that one. And then we were on to our main event, a Hell in a Cell match for the Women's Championship. This one was between the challenger Angela Rayner of the Labour Party and the current holder of the UK Women's Championship belt, Sub-Zero, Suella Braverman.
The following contest is
And I think in this ring tonight, she's going to have a lot of control. They don't call her the former Director General for nothing.
Women's Championship.
The atmosphere electric in the House of Commons arena for this one. The lights, and here she is, the challenger. Angela Rayner.
And she certainly looks fired up for tonight's event.
She knows what she could gain if she wins tonight. She's trying to work that crowd, get some people on side, but all I can hear is a mixture of cheers and some boos. Not everybody is a fan of Miss Rayner here in the House of Commons arena, it would seem.
There's been a rumour going around backstage that Keir Starmer was seen in Suella Braverman's dressing room earlier on, so make of that what you will.
Now, if Angela Rayner's aware of that, that might get into her head. Who knows? Anything could affect her. She seems to need the praise of the crowd right now in order to make her believe that she can win this fight. Suella Braverman won't be giving up anything too easily. She is known for a cold-hearted approach, ruthlessness, stubbornness to the point of occasional stupidity. Who knows what the UK Women's Champion's going to be able to bring to hold on to that belt, but Starmer being seen in Conservative territory could send a shockwave through the Labour Party that they won't soon forget.
But I think if anybody wouldn't be surprised by that, it'll be Angela Rayner. She knows her place within the party. So let's see over the next few weeks if we see any defections, movements. I think it's all to play for at the minute. I think there's a lot going on behind the scenes.
It certainly seems to be the case, and who knows, maybe Rayner will see that as an opportunity for herself. So the title on the line in this Hell in a Cell match. Anything could happen.
From Manchester, England, Angela the Assassin. And her opponent from London, England, she is the NXT UK Women's Champion, Sub-Zero Sue.
I think we're going to see some major grudges at play here. Rayner, of course, famously thinking that all Tories are scum, and
very vocally saying so.
Thinking that humans don't deserve rights. So
Suella Braverman, a woman so cold she would probably deport her own mother if she thought it'd win her a couple of votes. Rayner can expect no favours in the Hell in a Cell match tonight. Rayner taking it straight to Braverman with a big knee to the gut. Bar brawl instincts there. Several blows to the face and another kick to the gut. She's going to make this one ugly. Oof! Did you see that?
Very strong opening there from Rayner. Straight away working the head of Braverman. And let's see how this plays out for her, because the rumour that I've heard is that Suella can take a lot of blows to the head. I think she might be better off trying to work that body.
Thick of skull and cold of heart, Suella Braverman throws Rayner over the top rope to the outside. She knows how to respond here. Well, didn't take the opportunity. There's a back to the inside of the ring. And Rayner's found an opening to get back into this. Knees to the ribs. More working on that chest area now.
I think it's a smart strategy from Reina there. I mean, she doesn't technically have a heart, but there is some other stuff in there that's, you know, quite important in the algorithms in the chest area. So
yeah, on a mechanical level, if not an emotional one, there must be something on the inside. It's never been confirmed that she feels as a human being feels, but we're certainly seeing visible signs of pain on her face right now.
And I think that's a testament to the algorithms these days. I mean, you could almost think it was real.
Braverman looking under the ring. What's she have there? She seems to have found... Is that a sledgehammer? A sledgehammer. That must have been planted there before the start of this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Sledgehammers, of course, could do a lot of damage to a person's face. But the way this match is playing out so far, that could come back to bite Braverman quite badly if she doesn't manage to take advantage of that weapon before too long. Because Reina is on the offensive. In no hurry to take advantage of the foreign object. She throws Reina back into the ring, and is now the time. Referee doesn't seem too bothered by it.
It's almost as if the two ladies are unaware that there's a sledgehammer in the ring again.
She knew she'd put it there, but she's had several blows to the head tonight. Maybe she's got some concussion. And she certainly might do now. Reina goes for the third spin of the night on a stunned Suella Braverman, but the champ kicks out. And Reina can't believe it. Whoa! Braverman! The lights go out and she manages to appear. That's the supernatural power that she, Sub-Zero, seems to have. And she had that sledgehammer in her hands. Dirty tactics, but nothing of any great surprise. Reina's lucky to get away with that one. Can she find the pin? She can.
Incredible scenes. Incredible scenes.
Suella Braverman really must have thought she had it with the dirty tactics there.
I'm in shock. I don't know what to say. We expected a lot more from the Home Secretary today, I think. This is going to be a big disappointment for the Nasty Boys.
The title changing hands was not necessarily always on the cards, but there she is, your new UK Women's Champion, Angela Reina. Suella Braverman will no doubt be calling for a rematch. And that is that then, folks. The completion of the roundup of week 1 in the PWF. Title changing hands. Suella Braverman losing out to Angela Reina. A rematch will no doubt be on the cards in the coming weeks. If you want to see what's going to happen, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you go to the link down there in the description of this video, make sure you go and follow the Twitch channel, and you can watch it all live. That's Sunday nights at 8:30 PM here in the UK. That's GMT time zone for anyone abroad, just for that. Or you can always catch up with the roundups here on the YouTube channel. This has been the PWF Weekly Roundup, so hope to see you next time for all that Parliamentary Wrestling Federation action. Have a good one, guys.